Pepper from pepperscraps.com, and today is all about ninth grade at mommyspiggytails.com. And so today we're actually going to rewind a little bit first. 8th grade, I forgot to mention talking about boys. So um, I had two crushes in 8th grade that actually went for a few years. So the first one was the boy that lived near us. He was kind of the naughty boy. He got in a lot of trouble all the time. And then the other one was one of the boys at youth group that I met for the first time in 8th grade. So if we fast forward back into ninth grade, right before going into ninth grade, the youth group decided to have a huge get together so that everyone, because there was a large class coming into the youth group, and so they decided that it would be best to have a huge get together. And so at this get together, I met my crush. We'll call him Jay. Um, I, flirted with him as usual, and he liked to tease me a lot, and he knew that I liked him, and he liked to play with me about it. And so, but at this meeting, I got to meet his brother. And his little brother, um, we went off and we were talking about how he really hated how his brother always teased him, saying that he'd never get a girl and things like that because he, his brother was very charismatic and, very cute. He was still kind of growing into, his body. He was just getting over the whole being awkward stage. And um, so we got together and we decided it'd be really fun to trick his brother into thinking that we started dating. And so we started dating, and we ended up actually getting a little more um, real about it after a few months of getting to know each other and stuff. And so it was interesting. So that was my first boyfriend, and he was very sweet, but I decided to break up with him. Mainly because it was such an awkward beginning and such a weird start that I think that's the main reason I broke up with him. This year I lost a lot of weight. Um, my mom made a deal with me that if I got really close to my main goal weight of what I should weigh, that she would take me to Disneyland. I'd never been, and so I was really excited. I did lose a lot of weight, probably not in the best way. I lost it. The meals that I would eat was this. I would maybe have a breakfast drink in the morning. I would eat just the French fries from school with a little bit of ranch, and then I would pick at the dinner that my stepfather would make for me because I was required to eat that dinner. And that's all I would eat. And so I pretty much was starving myself to lose the weight. I did make the goal, and so that summer I got to go to Disneyland with my mom. I also did a lot of other activities that year with the youth group. I got to go to multiple concerts. I went to Jesus Northwest, which was a huge band gathering, which I really enjoyed, and it taught me about how many different genres that you can find that is actually Christian music, but in different rock and hard rock and different genres like that. And so I still have a love for Christian music, and that's mainly what I listen to now. I also got to go to a water park, and the youth group was just a lot of fun. And because my grade, the ninth grade in the middle school, the junior high youth group, was the oldest group, but we only had about 5 of us, and the next group down from us was maybe 10, but then the next group was even larger because they were such large classes underneath us. We were kind of real big leaders in the youth group, and that kind of grew into me really learning about leadership in the church and stuff. And I really enjoyed socializing with the kids and being with them and being there as someone that they could look up to or come to if they had problems. So um, I believe that in ninth grade I did sign up to be a leader in the youth group, but I cannot remember because the church was very anti women preaching. It got to the point where I was not allowed to do anything as a leader because I might be preaching to a young man that was my age or a little bit younger even. So that was one of my first experiences of not really agreeing with the church I was going to. But I love being a part of it so much that I continued going. And I love the youth leader because he still was really supportive. And so I just kept going with the youth group. So I think that was everything that happened in my freshman year. Next year is going to be interesting because I get a new boyfriend, and you've actually met him before if you've watched these videos before. And I also, you get to learn about why I was never actually a freshman in high school. And so I hope you'll join me next week, which is all about 10th grade. And this is Pepper at pepperscraps.com.